Hey everybody, meteorologist Hunter Forst here. Happy Saturday. We made it to the weekend, but we do have some inclement weather heading our way, heading into the day tomorrow. We're going to see some strong winds, possibly some severe weather as well. We do have a weather impact alert for the day tomorrow because of these storms and really strong winds. This will be really throughout the entire day tomorrow. We could see gusts up to 50, 55 miles per hour, along with some severe weather when a cold front pushes through. So if you do have any loose items out there in the yard, you have your trash cans by the driveway, you have some wind chimes out by the door, anything that's kind of just hanging on outdoors with not really tied up, you may want to bring that into the garage, inside, anywhere, because that definitely has the chance to blow away tomorrow because of the winds, the gusty winds from the morning into the afternoon and even into the evening as well. So let's take a look at the high temperatures for tomorrow. Let's start off with that. The good news. It's going to be warm. It's going to be in the upper 60s, pushing 70 degrees in a few areas. Some of us could be in the low 70s, and it's going to continue to stay warm throughout the night. We're going to gradually get warmer hour by hour because we're in this warm front. That's allowing us to continue to warm up. You'll notice if you went out this evening, it's rather comfortable out there. So again, temperatures tomorrow, really comfortable before that cold front pushes through. Here's the storm system out there right now. It's a big one. We're seeing rain from here all the way into the Ohio Valley, down to areas around Illinois, Missouri, and then we even have some severe weather. You see this pink box here in Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana. That's a tornado watch. So that's the cold front pushing through down there. That's heading our way tomorrow. Now, luckily, it's not going to have as much of a punch as what it is right now in terms of the severe weather. We do have a chance to see a severe storm, but it's not going to be looking like what you're seeing now here in the south. We're seeing a couple of tornado warnings down there in Mississippi, Louisiana, areas around Tennessee as well. Severe thunderstorm warnings up and down this line. And this is going to continue to head our way overnight tonight. Now, you'll notice, you see that the rain up towards the north from Norfolk into Cincinnati, that's part of the warm front. We're in the warm sector. So when you're south of that warm sector, you have that south wind. That's making it feel really, really warm. That's why it's going to be pushing 70 by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then you'll notice as you go more off towards the west, you see it kind of slope down going from St. Louis down into Memphis, south of that. That's part of the cold front. And behind that, much cooler weather, which is why we're going to be so much colder heading into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the upcoming work week. So let's time this out here. This is going to continue to push into our direction overnight tonight. We're going to see rain overnight into the early parts of tomorrow morning. Could see a little bit of a break when you're heading out the door tomorrow morning, maybe around 8 o'clock. But then we'll see more rain heading into the area late morning into the early afternoon. And then it pushes out by 3, 4 o'clock and we dry out. And then temperatures are on the decline. So if you like cooler temperatures, you're in luck. So let's take a look at the European model. Now here is this system out there kind of in the middle of the country. The low pressure systems, actually right around Tennessee, Kentucky. And then you have that cold front here. You see those isobars? The black lines that are kind of surrounding that low pressure system might be a little bit hard to see. It's these lines here. And that kind of can tell how strong a storm system is, how much wind is associated with the storm system. And as we go throughout the night tonight into tomorrow, the low pressure system pushes towards our north and west by tomorrow afternoon. Now see that warm front up here, up towards Long Island Sound? We're to the south of that, right? Here's Norfolk. So we are getting this really strong south wind. When you're just to the south of the warm front, you get that warm wind. That's why we're going to be so warm tomorrow. But again, behind it, you have those colder winds coming in from the northwest behind that cold front. And that's what's going to make us cold as we head into the next couple of days. So now you could see that the storm system is kind of getting stronger, at least the low pressure system is getting stronger as we head into the day tomorrow, because look at these isobars. They're really close together. And even here in Norfolk, those isobars are close. So isobars is pressure. This associates with pressure. And when you have a strong pressure gradient like this, it really just means that you have really strong winds. And you could kind of determine how strong a low pressure system is from some of these isobars. If you look at, hurricanes and hurricane models, the more isobars you see around the low pressure system and the closer they are, the kind of stronger and windier that system is. So this is kind of similar in a way, but not exactly, of course, like a hurricane. Hurricanes are warm cored, and this is a low pressure system. Here in the mid-latitudes, it's more cold, and then it has that cold front associated with it, and that's where those storms are going to be as we go throughout the next couple of hours or so. So as we head into the end of the day tomorrow, you'll notice it's still pretty windy. The isobars are still rather close together. So it's going to be breezy heading into Sunday evening and into Monday as well. But we're clear for Monday. Even the rest of the day on Sunday, past about 3 o'clock, we start to clear out. So that's the good news. But again, it's going to be really, really windy tomorrow. We have a high wind warning in effect for the entire area from 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this includes the eastern shore, so Melfa, Chickateague, into Williamsburg, the peninsulas, Norfolk, so south side, Franklin along 95, into eastern North Carolina. Nags Head down into Avon, you guys have a wind advisory, so it's kind of just like a notch below the high wind warning, but still you guys are going to have some gusty winds as well. But all the areas in this purplish color has that high wind warning. So you guys are susceptible to gusts 55 miles per hour as we go throughout the day tomorrow. Here's our futurecast 4-hour wind speeds. So here we are. It's 3:45 in the morning. It's already getting breezy. We're seeing gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. We get to about 8 o'clock in the morning. We're already seeing gusts 40 pushing 50 miles per hour in areas around Elizabeth City, Edenton, Franklin, Newport News. And then as we get into the afternoon, we're seeing gusts anywhere from 50 pushing maybe 60 miles per hour in a few areas, 57 mile per hour gusts in Virginia Beach, Elizabeth City, 53 in Franklin, 53 Newport News, 49 in Wakefield. So some really strong winds heading our way. This is kind of like the peak of the strongest winds. Will be kind of early to mid-afternoon, 1 to 3 o'clock is when we should really see these strong gusts. Now, even sustained winds throughout the day tomorrow are going to be 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it's even if you're not seeing these really strong gusts, it's going to be breezy no matter what. As we get to about 8 o'clock, gusts coming down a bit, 30, 40 miles per hour, and then they start to lighten up overnight into Monday morning, 20 to 30 miles per hour. But even all day on Monday, it's going to be breezy and cold. So there's going to be a pretty big wind chill factor heading into the day on Monday. And we're going to go from 70 Sunday to 40 on Monday and windy. So it's going to be a big shock to the system when you're heading out the door Monday morning. Here we go heading into Monday evening. Those gusts coming down even more, 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then eventually by Tuesday, we're kind of back to normal. Gusts 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's a look at our power outages map. It kind of dictates where some areas could possibly see some power outages. So you'll notice here in yellow, this indicates isolated power outages. So not a ginormous threat that you're going to see these power outages, but a good portion of Hampton Roads has the chance to see an isolated power outage into the eastern shore, the peninsulas, areas of the south side, eastern North Carolina, down into Franklin, Williamsburg, Wakefield has a chance to see a few isolated power outages. And even as we go, later into the afternoon, around 2:45, that's when we kind of start to see that threat kind of diminish. So it kind of goes up, the threat, around noon. Here we are at 1, you'll see that threat. And then by 2, 3 o'clock, that threat for those isolated power outages starts to decrease. And then, of course, heading into Monday, we're looking much better in regards to that threat. So here's a recap on the wind gusts for tomorrow. We're going to start off with gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour in the morning. But of course, going into the afternoon, we see those gusts really go up out of the south, southwest, bring up those warm temperatures, gusts up to 40, 50, 55 miles per hour. And then once we get into the mid-afternoon, we start to see them going down a bit, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts. And then, of course, getting better heading into Monday. But that's not the only threat we have for tomorrow. We're going to go from the chance to see really strong wind gusts to even severe storms. And these severe storms themselves will pack their own punch, if we do get a severe storm. So we're not going to need a major severe storm or a thunderstorm to see these wind gusts. This is just from that low pressure system, not even in regards to any of severe weather that we could see. But the chance is there to see a severe storm. It's not a big chance. It's a level 1 out of a level 5. So not all of us are going to see one. We may not see one. We could see one or two. So anyone here in green, which is all of Hampton Roads, eastern North Carolina, has that level 1 risk to see a severe storm. Gusty winds could be embedded with these 40, 50 mile per hour gusts. That's really going to be the main threat. There's a really, really low tornado risk. I really don't think that's going to be a big impact for tomorrow, but just throwing that out there, that there's that tiny, tiny chance, but really just an isolated chance to see a severe storm. Now, for the timing of the storms will be between 11 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The closer you are to the 95 corridor, the earlier you'll see them. So by 11:30, that's when they'll start to roll through. And then the closer you are to the coast, the later time frame is when you'll see those storms. So 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But no matter what time you see the rain or the storms, just know it's going to be windy all day. That's really the main threat for tomorrow, are those really, really gusty winds. So let's time this out here. Heading into the night tonight, it's going to be pretty rainy. Light to moderate showers, heavier showers further towards the north into Tappahannock, Gloucester, Eastern Shore. Could see a little bit less in areas of eastern North Carolina. You guys were kind of on the fringe today. You guys certainly didn't see as much as some of the other areas further into the peninsulas and the Eastern Shore. But overnight tonight, isolated to scattered showers, especially as we get into early Sunday morning. If you're heading out early tomorrow, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, certainly going to run into some heavier downpours. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm or two. But this isn't really the severe threat for tomorrow. It's more into the late morning, early afternoon. So here we are. Look at the temperatures. 62 at 4:30 in the morning in Norfolk, 65 in Elizabeth City. It's going to be nice when it's not raining. Here we go by 8:30. You're not seeing much rain in Hampton Roads or eastern North Carolina. A few isolated showers are possible, but you'll notice over there off towards the west, that's the front pushing through. That's the storms that could be severe. But if you have morning plans on Sunday, you should be good to head out. You just have to watch out for those really, really strong winds because it's still going to be gusty in the morning. But temperatures will be 68, 69, 70 degrees, low 70s by about 10 o'clock in the morning. Our average high for this time of year is 53. So we're going to be well above that, pushing 20 degrees above normal at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's just telling how just strong this kind of system is. When you have those really, really strong southwest winds, that really helps to bring up a lot of that warm air. Here we are at 10, 11 o'clock. You're seeing those the line of storms heading towards the 95 corridor. So Richmond, Petersburg, Roanoke Rapids. If you're heading in those directions tomorrow and you're heading there for, late morning, you're definitely going to run into some thunderstorms, heavy downpour. So if you're taking 95 tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, you want to keep that in mind. But you'll notice as we go throughout the morning into the early parts of the afternoon, it progresses towards the east, towards the south side, eventually into the coast. So Eastern Shore, Cape Charles, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Elizabeth City, Hertford, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is when you could see some of those thunderstorms heading our way. Now, again, there's a chance we could see a severe storm. There's a chance we couldn't. It's a low risk, a level 1, but that risk is there. And even if you see a thunderstorm and there's lightning, heavy rain, and there's not a warning attached to that storm. Even lightning, when there's not a severe thunderstorm warning, is dangerous. You know, it's deadly, even if there's not a severe thunderstorm warning. So you hear thunder roaring, you got to go indoors. Thunder roars, go indoors, no matter what, even if there's not a severe thunderstorm warning attached to that specific storm. Heading to about 2 o'clock, we're continuing to see this progress towards the east, pushes off the coast by about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's when the threat really kind of diminishes for the severe weather, for the severe storms. Could see a few more isolated showers behind it as we get to about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But for the most part, we'll really start to dry out. And then you'll see behind the front, the winds shifting out of the north and west, kind of more due west at this point, but they'll continue to go out of the northwest. That's going to bring in that cooler air. So if you have any plans Sunday night, it's going to be still windy, breezy, cooling down quickly. Temperatures will drop back, into the mid 40s by about 9 o'clock. So we'll drop 30 degrees almost from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. So once that cold front passes by, those temps really take a nosedive. By about 11 o'clock, we're back in the 30s, and we're going to stay in the 30s and low 40s for the week. I know, I'm not a big cold weather fan. Maybe you are, so I'm happy for you that you'll get your colder weather. Here we go, heading into Monday morning. It's chilly. It's 32 degrees. It's 33 in Virginia Beach. It's 30 in Williamsburg. But you'll notice we're dry. Barely any clouds. It'll be a sunny start for Monday morning, but it's still going to be breezy. Gusts maybe 20, 25 miles per hour. So take that 32, maybe it'll feel like 22 because of the wind chill. And then as we head into the afternoon, warming up into the low 40s, about 12 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Here's the Futurecast wind chill. Futurecast rainfall, I mean to say, through tomorrow. Anywhere from a half an inch to an inch of additional rainfall is possible as we head through the next 24 hours or so. So not a whole bunch of rain. Luckily, we've been getting these rain spurts in a good period of time. Like, we're not seeing, major heavy downpours over a long period of time. They're not training over the same areas. So we haven't really been seeing major flood concerns, which is great, even though it has been raining quite often over the last week or so. But this is still great news because we were still in a moderate to severe drought, and this is, of course, really helping us here in the Hampton Roads area. So overall for Sunday, this is what to take home. Gusty winds all day tomorrow. That's really the main threat. 50, 55 mile per hour gusts are possible. Strongest will be early afternoon, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Isolated power outages are not out of the question. So if you're in a more wooded area, old trees, you always see those limbs falling down from the trees, even if the winds aren't even that strong. Definitely have a chance to see those power outages if that's in kind of an area where you reside. But really anywhere, no matter where you are, even if you're downtown, you're not near any trees, still have the chance to see some power outages with gusts, pushing 55, 60 miles per hour. Below that threat, we have the isolated severe storms between 11 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 11 around 95, progressing towards the east, towards the coast by about 2 o'clock. So main time frame for the severe storms between 11 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then after that, we're looking much better in terms of rainfall. We'll really start to dry out, maybe a few isolated showers post 2 o'clock, but other than that, the main threat will continue to be those really gusty winds. So it'll stay breezy heading into Sunday night and Monday with gusts up to about 30 miles per hour. If you're heading out the door this evening, it's not breezy, so that's good news, but it's rainy, especially from the south side north. Eastern North Carolina, you guys aren't getting in on much. Maybe a few isolated sprinkles. It's also a little bit foggy out there, so you want to keep that in mind. Could be foggy overnight into tomorrow morning. But we're just seeing light showers in the south side, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Franklin, Williamsburg, maybe a few heavier downpours up around Tappahannock, Eastern Shore getting in on some moderate to light rain as well. But we're going to continue with this trend Overnight tonight, here's what we've seen so far in terms of rainfall since the last 24 hours. Not a whole bunch, but we've seen, a half an inch in Newport News. The further north you go, the more rain you've definitely been seeing. You could tell down in eastern North Carolina, you guys really didn't see much throughout the day today. But the south side, a tenth of an inch in Chesapeake, half an inch in Newport News. Almost 0.8 inches in Wakefield, over an inch of rain in Richmond over the last 24 hours, over half an inch in Emporia, 0.39 inches in Hampton. So some areas saw a decent amount of rain today. Here are the rain chances over the next 24 hours. So tonight, 80 to 100%. It's going to be rather rainy. But heading into tomorrow morning, 4 or 5 o'clock, heavier downpours, but then we kind of clear out between 6 to 8, 9 o'clock. And then we start to see those rain showers really starting to return late morning. And then by 11 to 2, that's when we see those possible severe storms. And then after that, we dry out. Those rain chances really take a tumble. You'll notice the 5 and 9 o'clock time frame tomorrow, only a 0 to 10% chance of those rain showers. But you'll see those icons, those swirly icons. That means it's going to be really, really, really windy. And that's exactly what we're going to see tomorrow. Temperatures out there right now, it's 48 in Norfolk, 54 degrees in Chesapeake. It's 46 in Smithfield. It's 52 degrees in Manio, 50 at the ocean front, 48 in Wachapreque, 46 in Suffolk, 52 degrees in Gatesville. And over the next couple of hours, look at that. Look at those temperatures overnight tonight. You would think we're starting at 8 o'clock in the morning and going over the next couple of hours heading into the afternoon, rising from 49 to 58, but that's overnight tonight when you normally see the complete opposite, where those overnight temperatures go down and down and down and down until the sun starts to come up. But we'll be 58 degrees. We'll be above average. We'll be 5 degrees above average at 3 o'clock in the morning compared to where we should be at, in the middle of the afternoon on a middle of February type day. Here's the 10-day temperature trend once that cold front passes. A lot of blue. A lot of blue. I'm more of the orange-red fan of colors when it comes to temperatures, 70s, 80s. Tomorrow's going to be my day besides the wind and rain. When it's not raining, I'm going to be outside, hopefully, getting a cup of coffee if I don't blow away. And then those temperatures really drop heading into Monday and Tuesday, mid-40s, 38 degrees on Wednesday, 41 on Thursday, 38 on Friday. It's going to be a chilly, chilly day. Really every day, and even heading into next weekend, no signs of warmer temps. Monday, Tuesday, still below average. Even as we get to next Tuesday, it says 53 degrees, but by the time we get there, our average is up to about 54, 55-ish degrees, so we may even still be below average as we head into next week. The only signs I've seen if you're looking for warmer weather is maybe, it's hard to predict that far out, but early-ish March maybe, could start to see some really warm air heading into the area, but of course, that could always change. Here's our 5-day forecast. We do have the weather impact alert day for tomorrow. Gusty winds, 50, 55 miles per hour. Strongest winds will be, in the early afternoon, but it's going to be windy and breezy all day. Even waking up tomorrow morning, 30, 40 mile per hour gusts, 30, 40 mile per hour gusts into the evening as well. Severe storms are possible between 11 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Once the cold front passes, the severe weather threat's over. So by mid-afternoon, we're done with that. But it's still going to be really, really windy. We get into Monday. It's President's Day. Maybe you have the day off. That would be great. 46 degrees. It's going to be mostly sunny. We're going to see a good amount of sunshine to start off the work week. If you're not working, you have the day off. It'd be great to get outside because it'll be sunny and it's been raining, for a while. It's just going to be cold, 46, 45 on Tuesday. And then look at Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, there's a chance we could see some winter weather heading our way. There's some good odds. The models have been indicating that we could see a higher chance of some wintry weather. So that's definitely something to watch over the next couple of days. The cold air will certainly be in place, especially if it comes overnight. We'll be below freezing. So definitely a chance there. But of course, here in Hampton Roads, we're always on the rain-snow line. So you can either get a good amount of snow or none at all. And you could be, 10 miles away from your friend who got a good amount of snow in the peninsulas, and then down in the south side, he got zip. But of course, something to watch over the next couple of days, and then we stay cold for the rest of the week and into next weekend, 40 degrees. I'm going to leave it here on this last graphic, our when impact need graphic here, just to reiterate. I know I've been reiterating a lot this evening, but so tomorrow, weather impact alert day, weather impact alert, 9 a.m. throughout the day tomorrow. Strong winds, isolated severe storms are possible. So if you have anything loose out there, might want to secure them because they may blow away. All right. That's where I'm going to leave it at. I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Again, I'm meteorologist Hunter Forst here for 13 News Now. I'll have the latest tonight at 11 on 13 News Now, ABC, for our 11 p.m. newscast. And then daybreak will be starting with the latest. Taylor Stephenson will be here, meteorologist Taylor Stephenson, starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, 6 to 8 for daybreak. And we'll be getting you through the day tomorrow. Thanks again for joining me.